Hello everyone, welcome to another live video at YouTube. Thanks for joining me tonight. On the schedule, we're going to be making some mini Valentine's Day cards, and I'm going to revisit that technique that I share with you guys on Monday, the faux lettering over a stamped greeting. Everyone seemed to really love it, and you're all searching through your stashes looking for greetings that will work. And I had these small envelopes in my stash. They came in a Simon Says Stamp card kit. I thought, you know what, those would make the cutest little Valentine's Day cards. So let's make some tonight. So the stamp set I've chosen for tonight's cards is from Sunny Studio. It's called Lovey Dovey. I love these greetings, and they're the perfect size for these really small cards. I mean, look at that. They're going to be the perfect size to just go on these and keep it really, really simple. Okay. These pens I'm using are the Uniball Signo Angelic pens, and I think maybe they don't make them anymore. And I say that, like, not in these colors anyway. I say that because I went to jetpens.com and they usually have these pens and most other pens like this, unless they've been discontinued. And when I went to their site just now, they only had the white ones. So they might be discontinuing them. I did link what ones that I could find of these over at Amazon. I linked them down below in the supplies. And I also linked the Jelly Roll Moonlight pens because they're very similar type of ink where you can use the ink on top of a dark surface. So it's similar to the, you know, my tried and true Jelly Roll pen where you can use the white on any colored surface. The ones I linked below are like that. And I just want to let you guys know that if you're looking for good pens like this, I have a few different options linked down below in the supplies. Here's the first card. And these greetings, look at that. They're just perfectly sized for this, right? I can't get over it. There were a few questions in the comments on Monday's video asking if you have to use this no-line coloring ink. You do not. You can use any ink you want. I would recommend that you use an ink that is very light in color. That's the special feature of this no-line coloring ink that's really nice, is that it's a generally lighter color. You know, when it dries back, it'll be even a little bit lighter than that. Using a lighter color will just help the edges of the lettering not peek out from underneath your pen work. So just something to consider. And I'll just put that right in the center. This would be such a fun project to do, you know, like on a trip, because you could pre-stamp all of your little cards and then just take your pens with you. Okay, here's the difference. See the color difference in that ink? This one's starting to dry back a little bit and this one is fresh. There's just a little tiny bit of difference in the darkness and the saturation of the ink. That's what's kind of nice about using that particular ink pad. I'm going to do the You Are So Lovely. These are going to be more like Galentine's cards, meaning being given to just a friend. So the very lovey ones, I'm skipping over. All right, so here's the last one, and then we'll get to doing all the pen work. Okay. For this first one, I was thinking I would do it almost like rainbow, like each line of text is a different color in my rainbow. So I'm going to be doing that. And basically, I'm tracing over each one of these. I'm not getting crazy about it. I'm going to keep it really simple. And after I have them on there, if I want to add detail, then I can. So I'm just making sure I get like the nice thickness of the letter I. And if you want to change the lettering at all while you're working on it, you definitely can. All right, moving on to this other one. You are so lovely. Let's do something a little bit different on this one and kind of make it look like there are stripes going through it. So in a video that I filmed that I'll be sharing Friday, you'll see this idea as well. For this last one, I think I'll do just these 3 colors. I think that could be really fun. Do you think about me? So I think to finish off these cards, I'm just going to add a white dash line around the outer edge. Look how cute those turned out. Some of them are a little bit hard to read, like right in here with the stripe. That's a little bit hard to read. And I think having a little bit of that gray that I was talking about earlier from the mild liner brush pen, I think might help. So I'm going to grab a mild liner brush pen. It comes in a set like this, and it's this really, really pale gray. And I think it's going to just help this, excuse me, this one in the center. I think it's going to help it be a little bit more legible right through the orange to green transition. Those are my 3 cards. I have these little envelopes here. I'm not doing anything really special on them, but I thought I would just address them with names from people in the chat. So I'm going to write down a few names. I'm using that gray mild liner, by the way. So here are the cards for today's live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love how the colors turned out and the different treatments on each one. If you have any questions about the pens I use or want some suggestions for the same type of pen, make sure you check the supplies down below. I will be back on Friday with another video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.